Hey, what is up, crypto junkies? Jameson here, aka Crypto J. Crypto J coming at you with another video. All right, so just wanted to do a quick check-in and also talk about some really cool news. So Nebraska is apparently started allowing attorneys to accept Bitcoin. There's obviously some rules to it. But overall news that Nebraska is the first state in the United States that I know of to allow legality-wise to have Bitcoin accepted. It's pretty funny, and here's why it's funny. Is because Warren Buffett operates out of Omaha. His companies are still mainly run out of Omaha, which is in Nebraska. So coincidence? Maybe. I tend to think not. I think it's pretty cool. And Warren's very open about how he's invested in Bitcoin and how he thinks it's the future. So for as much FUD as there is going on and as much scare as the China ICO bans and, you know, the CEO of JP Morgan and Chase coming out and talking about how Bitcoin's a fraud, we're seeing it actually being accepted in an institutional level in Nebraska, which is the weirdest state probably by far to be the first one to start accepting that. You would think a big state like New York or California is very progressive. To think that they would be one of the first ones to nab it up, but they weren't. It was actually Nebraska, to my knowledge. And I did a quick Google search, and I couldn't find anything else, any other states that have started accepting it. So anyways, I'll have a link to the actual story underneath the video so you can check it out yourself. But I think that's a very great piece of news and a very great step forward with starting to accept this. Now, obviously, they're going to put rules on the transaction end of it, to make sure that you're paying your taxes on the Bitcoin. And this all falls in line with, I think, the changes that we'll see in the next 30 to 60 days with the IRS and what they're doing to ensure that, you know, Uncle Sam gets his piece. But yeah, overall, I think it's great news. So let's talk about the intangibles. Petite is going good. We got a few more referrals come through the other day. So I can do a withdrawal. When you can do a withdrawal, it'll look like this. And when you can't, it'll look like this little exclamation mark, which says the minimum withdrawal is basically $10. So I can go ahead and withdraw, I think. Let's refresh. It usually should allow me to just do it. Oh yeah, I guess I did. And then where do I have that being sent? I think I have that being sent to one of my Exodus wallet. So I should hear the little coins falling in a few minutes, and that means that it hit my Exodus wallet. So that's great. Thank you so much for everybody who's signed up underneath me, because, you know, there's a lot of people talking about BitPT. You can sign up under whoever you want, really. And so I really appreciate you guys signing up under us and joining the Crypto Junkie community. So we are still doing the contest. If you're commenting and interacting with my videos, you can expect that you're going to get some Bitcoin sent to you. And I just think that's a fun way for us to really just grow this community. We're almost at 200 subscribers. The 200 subscribers, what's so funny is that's happened so much faster than the first 100. I remember for weeks and weeks and weeks, and, you know, I'm in Bangkok meeting with, you know, high-up promoters and people who are just crushing it in BitConnect. And here I am with like $1,000 at the time invested in BitConnect, you know, feeling like itty-bitty small. And now, you know, we've gone to 200 subscribers so quickly on the YouTube channel. And that's all due to you guys. So thank you very, very much. And a quick little update on Connect is this will be up, I think, to about $200 tonight, because I have two more $1,000 investments that need the interest be collected still today, which the interest today is 1.86, cha-ching. And this will be at around $200. I'm going to do a $200 reinvest. That pushes me up to $3,000 total in active investment. You see, I've already earned $1,000. So even with where it's sitting at now, like, there's still a lot of people who doubt BitConnect. And I want to put this into perspective for you. If you have a plan with BitConnect, which I'm going to outline our plan moving forward, I'm going to share it with you, which is probably a dumb idea. But I think it's important to show transparency. And so I'm going to share our plan moving forward, because we're getting ready to drop a $100,000 invest into BitConnect, and I'm going to outline exactly what we're going to do in the first 90 days with every single day of interest, because right now it's at a 1.17 interest rate that would be at on that $100,000. So that's like starting out at $1,100 a day. That's 30 grand a month. In the first 2 months, you would get almost $90,000 paid back in interest, which is almost your full investment. So anyway, I'll outline in another video our strategy for what we're going to do with this. But I think that, like, overall, even if you have nothing even near that number to invest, like, I started this thing with $100. Go back to my very first video I shot. I started this with $100 freaking dollars. And the whole point of it was to say that, yes, anybody could start this. Anybody could just put $100 towards this. And I haven't even been putting that much money into this recently. But at $2,800 active investment, we're almost at half of that money paid back and earned back into my wallet, back into, like, technically my hand at this point. And so, yeah, I think that that really speaks volume for what BitConnect has gone through. You know, I'm by far a fanboy, but they've gone through 2 hacks. They've gone through the fork properly. They've bounced back. We're still floating around, you know, the same market cap. We pegged it around $126 a coin. We're now back down to 106. I started with BitConnect when it was $56 a coin. You know, it's still almost doubled in value after everything that's gone on with the market, with the changes, with the China ban and the FUD and everything. Like, it's pretty impressive, like, you got to admit. And the thing that I think stops people is they're still thinking in the wrong mindset. Like, the gears haven't switched fully yet. The cog hasn't shifted yet. What I mean by that is that people are still thinking like, oh gosh, will this be around in 2 years? Like, who cares? You have a 60-day plan, and all you need it to last is 60 days, right? And then if it lasts more than 60 days, then you're you know, it's like a pleasant surprise. You're planning for it not to last. Or if your plan is 90 days, then all you need it to last is 90 days. And I think it's important to bring that perspective back into the conversation here, is because I think there's way too many people trying to, like, just sit back and in 2 years this will make me $1 million. Like, I don't think that's the smart way to look at this at all. I think it's way smarter to look at this thing in terms of front-end loading it, just like any amortized schedule, just like any compound interest calculation. It's compounding in the beginning. Like, the long ball is great, but an amortized schedule on your mortgage, on your car, it's front-end loaded in the first, 12 to 24 months or whatever the length of the loan is. It's always in that first chunk of time that it's hit hardest, which is why if I come back and with my payments and I pay more down on the principal, then my interest, my actual effective interest that I'm paying goes down. Like, everybody knows this, but yet when it comes to investments, we take this kind of weird approach. And so while, yeah, the 2-year plan looks great and a 20-year plan looks great, what does 90 days look like? What's your plan for this in the first month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months? And I think that it's safe to assume that, BitConnect being floating around the 13th, the 15th largest on CoinMarketCap in terms of volume, market percentage, I think it's safe to assume that like 6 to 12 months, it'll still be around. So make a 6 and 12 month plan. And then once you've got, I would start at a 12-month plan, but then I'd come back and do 6 months and then do a 90-day run up and really make a plan for this thing, because I think there's an absolute shit ton of money to be made. And you're about to watch us do it based on the plan and the strategy that I've been coming up with, working on my end. We're about to run that out and you're going to get to see it. And I would just hate for you to be one of those people that like watches the video 6 months from now and you're like, oh yeah, I wish I would have done that. I wish I would have made a plan or invested in, with 5,000 or 500 or whatever it is, right? I would hate for you to be one of those shoulda, woulda, coulda people. Because I remember back in high school, one of my high school coaches, he used to be that guy that every day he would just say to us and beat it in our brains, like, woulda, coulda, shoulda. And the way he said it, I just wanted to slap the guy in his face because it was so annoying. But I can't help but think like that now, you know, like maybe it was doing a lot of good, even though I hated hearing the guy say it. But I would just hate for 3-4 months down the road you to be watching these videos to where I talk about what we're about to do. You see me doing what I say we're going to do. Then you didn't get in and you still hesitated and you were scared and whatever stopped you and you missed out. Because I think the missing out component is way shittier than the fear of not getting involved. What that you're facing right now as we're about to get started in this little hustle. So anyway, I'll shoot another video talking about it specifically, but that's what you have to look forward to with what we're doing. And obviously we're moving forward with a lot of the marketing and community pieces. It's just I've been waiting on a few things, and I'll talk more about that when the time is right. But for now, that's what we're dealing with. Yeah, so Petite, that's an update there. Oh, let's quickly look at the cap. 122 billion. What's that now? 121 billion. So it's gone down. Remember, this thing was sitting at 107 or 106 just the other day when I shot a video. It's gone up $20 billion in like a matter of a day or two. That's how volatile this shit is, guys. Get used to it. Make a plan. Be aggressive. And start making some money. I look forward to hearing about your success story. And obviously, place a comment below. Subscribe to the channel. Let's get this thing up over 200 subscribers here as soon as possible. And, of course, link your your Bitcoin address, and I'll shoot you some Bitcoin if you comment and interact with the videos. Yeah. All right.